This time on IRB Sevens World, we're at the penultimate round of the HSBC Sevens World Series in Glasgow, Scotland, where we meet Kenya's Lomu, one of the finds of the season, Big Willie Ambaka. It's crunch time at both ends of the table, host Scotland and the USA in the relegation danger zone. And of course, there's all the very best of the action at Scotstoun Stadium as New Zealand close in on an 11th series title. So round 8 of the HSBC Sevens World Series, the Emirates airline Glasgow Sevens. The captains united at the start. New Zealand once again the consistent force. 32 points clear of their closest rivals, one hand already on the series trophy. South Africa leading the race for second place. England there looking for a good performance ahead of the climax in London. A generous crowd at Scotstoun braving cold conditions on day one, but warmed by the prospect of watching Fiji. 2 cup wins and a barrage of debutants blooded by coach Ali Ferrete Ndere ahead of the Rugby World Cup Sevens. And a more settled side started in roaring fashion against Spain. Giant Yasser Veramalua leading the charge. And their captain and talisman was also back from injury to inspire the team.
A lovely step from Stefano Thaka, the captain. Oh, lovely work while he's back from injury, but he's back on song as well. Stefano Thaka.
In the same pool, Australia started against Argentina, the Pumas dominating possession, and Franco Sabato, one of their scorers, in an impressive but tight opening win. So Australia left needing to beat Fiji to reach the Cup quarters, and they went toe-to-toe with the Hong Kong champions, leading by 5 points with less than 2 minutes to go.
But Fiji not done yet, not by any stretch of the imagination. The flying Fijians are coming again through Samisoni Viriviri. Round under the sticks, much to the delight of their supporters.
After a slow start to the season, host Scotland arrived in Glasgow tantalisingly close to the relegation drop zone.
We're equal points with the USA, so we're hovering over that last sort of relegation place. So whichever one of the two of us this weekend sort of comes out on top over each other will be sort of safe for next season. And the next one's into a relegation battle next week in London.
This is an entirely new situation that we find ourselves in. We've not had any sort of relegation playoff before, but we're not too worried about that we're just at home and we're looking forward to getting out there and performing in front of our home fans.
We're well aware of where we are, but the reality is we're not going to play the league table. We're going to play the 3 teams we've got on Saturday, which is the same as any other tournament. The responsibility is on us as a squad and the players to perform to the level they're capable of performing at. We've shown over the last number of years that we're good enough to beat anybody. That doesn't give you a God-given right to be in the series, you have to earn that right.
For the USA, the equation is the same. Finish 13th and London becomes a different ballgame.
You can't look beyond that first match. It's Sevens rugby, so you have to win, and it's not just good enough just to be a part of it. You must win to be on the core next year, and so this weekend is key for us. You don't want to be in this position. You want to be chasing first or second at this stage, right? But it makes it very competitive, and I think you saw in Tokyo it brought out the best in both us and Scotland.
In Japan, the Eagles beat Scotland in what may still prove a crucial match.
To be a core team next year means everything, you know, the Olympic Committee, USA Rugby, our family, our friends. So this weekend's a lot and it's really important. We can play with the best in the world, and we deserve to be in the top 12.
I think the biggest thing for us is understanding that at the end of the day it's another tournament, and let's forget about that. Let's go and have a good tournament. You know, we go and have a good tournament like we did in Japan. You know, at that point we let everything else sort of figure itself out. But if we go in and control the tournament and have a great tournament, that's what we want and that's what we're looking for. Whatever happens this weekend, we're in control of it, and we just got to get out there and go do the job.
And the USA's first assignment, a match with Rugby World Cup Sevens hosts Russia. Nervous faces ahead of kick-off, but they needn't have worried. Theirs was a near faultless display. Some quick thinking and invention from Shalom Sunula and Folau Nua first up, and then a typically robust performance from the man they call the Polar Bear.
And again, Nick Edwards.
Roll one, and right back.
He's becoming a handful, isn't it? Oh, great drive by Matt Hawkins. Took a wonderful angle there.
Next up for the USA was Wales. The Eagles needing one more win to reach the Cup quarter-finals and heap pressure on the Scots. The match finally poised at 2 tries apiece when Nick Edwards crossed for his second and a lead with just 20 seconds to go.
A change of direction, a change of pace as well. Rhys Shellard to Gareth Davies. James Davies, away he goes! Davies for the try and for the victory! James Davies!
And the Welsh secured their spot in the last 8 with a win against France. Owen Williams back for Wales and scoring crucial tries. So, the USA needed a win or a draw against France to reach the last 8. Zach Test's try edging them ahead, but the French hit back to set up a heart-stopping finish.
Luke Hume into the hands of Neuer. Oh, it's a lovely dummy, and he's under the goalpost.
Joy for the USA, with every chance now of securing that prized core team place next year.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. We've done everything we can to potentially be in the series next year. We're in the Cup, 4th time this year, so we're pretty excited about that, and now we're going to wait and watch and see how the Scotland game shapes up.
Scotland took on Portugal in their first pool match. Colin Shaw's angled run opening the scoring. And the same man crossed again for his brace after half-time before the hosts set out to wow the crowd and put daylight between them and their fellow series strugglers.
Gregor can't get his pass away, needs some help here. Gets it, McGuigan. Out it goes to Lee Jones. This is the replacement, Struan Dewar. Back row forward in 15s, elite development player for Scotland. Now on his own is Michael Fido. That begins underneath to Estevez! Michael Fido gets a 3rd for Scotland.
New Zealand and England were in the same pool, and the title-chasing Kiwis were showing ruthless form. One of the finds of the season, Gillies Kaka making an early dent as the men in black turned the screw.
Christian Lewis-Pratt then starts the second half into the hands of Tim Mickelson.
Not held.
And again, he's got away. And once again, this could be absolutely crucial. Cunard with Kurt Baker.
England with a heavy opening loss. Both sides under pressure then as they faced Scotland next up.
Rodwell. Oh, brilliantly supported by Jeff Williams. Some tremendous sevens, both teams so far.
So after the USA's heroics, Scotland left with a simple equation. To avoid relegation, they had to beat New Zealand and beat them well, something they had never done before.
One offload should do it, and that is going to be another try for New Zealand, another excellent score.
Scotland coming up short, failing to make the Cup quarters, falling into the bottom 3 places in the series and staring at the harsh reality that they would have to try and re-qualify in London to be a core team next season. One team that's exceeded all expectations this season is Kenya. 12th in the world last year, they're currently 5th, having reached 4 Cup semis and a final under Mike Friday. And along the way, he's also unearthed some impressive new talent.
I'm William Wambaka. I'm from Nairobi, Kenya, born in the coastal town of Mombasa. Well, I used to play in the forwards, but when Mike told me actually to start playing in the centre, I wasn't sure about it, but when I learned more about the position and the roles and stuff, that's when I was like, I'm starting to like the position actually because there's more space and stuff. So I can say it's a good thing.
Well, a man of the match performance certainly from William Backer. And do you know what they call him in Kenya? They call him the low move Kenya, Big Willie, William Backer.
You know, as a player, he's a proper handful, really. He actually was in the forwards when I arrived, and I was like, what are you doing in the forwards with your footballing ability? So we moved into the centre, really, and he's become a real focal point, and his biggest strength is he's got great outside break, he's got good pace. He's not really a stepper, he's a swerver, with his outside break and his fend. He's done so much this year and come so far, but there's still so much more he can do, and he will get better for being such a young man, and these experiences will allow him to grow as a player and as a person.
So in a season of highs, what's been the highlight for Kenya's Man Mountain?
I can say like reaching the finals in Wellington, like that's a positive thing for me and actually the team. Scoring 6 tries in Wellington, so that's a big achievement for me.
And Kenya's very own Lomu, as he's known, was out to live up to his billing as they started against South Africa in the group of death.
Now then, this is William Backer, big William Backer, away he goes. Slips, but is still going. Looks for support, might not need it. This is going to be a brilliant try for William Backer. The try of the day, without a doubt.
Mbaka bringing the Kenyans right back in it, but South Africa, the champions of Las Vegas and Tokyo, and with their own firepower out wide.
Frankie Horn, he's got pace for a big guy. Lovely back inside, Hendricks with a handoff. Oh, Michael Wanjala. Cornel Hendricks is no slouch either.
After a 2-year break from Sevens, former IRB Player of the Year Mikaele Pesamino was back in the colours of Samoa. And although lacking a bit of fitness, he'd clearly lost none of his try-scoring instincts. The Islanders 17-0 up at the break against Canada. But Canada are made of stern stuff, and their leading scorer, Sean Duke, quickly brought them back to within a single score. The Samoans on the back foot, with the clock ticking down.
So it's Hirayama with the restart. They've got to win it, Canada, and they have won it, and they get the offload, and they are going to get the try, are they? Yes, they are. They've got there, and it's Nanyak Dalla, the captain.
So in a tight pool, Canada now needing a victory by 8 points or more against Kenya to make it through in the Cup. And it was Kieran Hearn who set them on their way.
Good defence here from Kenya, about 6-7 metres out from their own line. Hirayama looks at a possible gap, gets through it. That's a crucial moment.
Canada through to play Wales on day 2. Argentina standing between New Zealand and another series title. Join us after the break. Welcome back to IRB Sevens World from Scotstoun Stadium in Glasgow, Scotland. Cup quarter-final time, and first up it was South Africa against the USA. The Eagles on a high after securing core team status for next season, but it was Chris Dry who opened the scoring for the Boks, who were looking to win their second successive cup title of the series.
Waiting for the pass out wide is Senatla, cuts back inside, Senatla! 2 tries for Sibelo Senatla.
The second quarter-final was between Fiji and England, both sides struggling for consistency, and Fiji led early on through Joji Rakamate. John Brake evened things up for England, and then Christian Lewis-Pratt found Tom Mitchell out wide to edge Ben Ryan's men into the lead.
Scrummage to Fiji, Mulivoro. England again up very hard, very fast on Vidi Vidi, and Oh, they're going to get through here, through Vatu in the Ruku, and they might find some space on the wide outside through Rakamate, and Rakamate is in for his second try.
Extra time needed to separate the sides, and with Fiji trapped under their own posts, they made the fatal error of giving England a kick to win it.
Lewis Pratt, number 10, the number Johnny Wilkinson wears for Toulon in England, and it's the right number for England against Fiji.
Canada were in their fourth Cup quarter-final of the season, but lined up against Hong Kong runners-up, Wales.
Chris Knight, away by Gareth Davies. They're back to Gareth Davies again. Oh, he's halfway through, and he's got the support of James Davies.
And in the last of the quarter-finals, New Zealand took on Argentina in the knowledge that they were one win away from securing coach Gordon Titchen's an amazing 11th series title in 14 years. But as ever, the Pumas came to play.
Argentina looking for the breakthrough, which has come. This is Matias Morone turning his man inside and out. Morone into the 22. Can he go all the way? I think he can. Yes!
New Zealand given an early jolt, but they were soon back on track. Outstanding captain Tim Mickelson getting the ball from Gillies Kaka and striding in for their first score. And fittingly, it was the same man who rounded things off in the second half.
Lovely sleight of hand. Peter Aki already has one score against his name. New Zealand not done yet. They're throwing the ball around at will now. Rocky Khan finds its captain, Tim Mickelson, cuts back inside, and it's deserving and fitting that it is Tim Mickelson, the stand-in captain, who gets the try, the icing on the cake for Gordon Titchen's team. They are the HSBC Sevens World Series champions yet again in 2012-2013.
New Zealand maintaining their impeccable record of reaching every Cup semi-final this season, an 11th World Series title in the bag. Wales up next in their Glasgow title defence. But first, South Africa, chasing their third Cup win of the season, faced a fast-improving England. Ben Ryan's men looking for confidence ahead of Twickenham, but it was one of South Africa's youngsters, Sibelo Senatla, lethal from the kick-off to leave England chasing the game.
Schneemann with the restart, and that's good take by Rodwell. Great hands in the air. This is break. Oh, and he's away again. Brilliant little dummy. Senatla is coming across. If anybody can catch him, it's Senatla. But cleverly, very cleverly, John Brake moved away from the imposing figure of Senatla.
Away 5.
Frankie Horn with a pass. And this is Stephen Dippenaar. And here's Senatla. Oh, he's through again. Did you see the footwork there by Senatla? It was the daintiest of step, but it absolutely bamboozled the England first line of defence.
Late in the second half, England was still only trailing by a single score, but it was the South Africans with the ball and looking to hammer home their advantage.
Good old Chris Dry. Here's Schneemann. This is where Senatla could come in handy. This is where Cornel Hendricks comes in handy for South Africa.
New Zealand ran out for the second semi-final against Wales. The Welsh determined in defence to keep the All Blacks at bay, but it was only a matter of time before the series champions found a way through.
Very tight defence from Wales here. Mickelson. Here's Kaka, the danger man. Here he goes. He's been brilliant this season. Gillies Kaka.
New Zealand ahead, but Wales unfazed, and their patience and persistence would soon pay off.
Lovely running from Alex Walker. Walker, who stepped in for the injury. Gareth Davies did well there. Into the hands now of Chris Knight. Craig Price. Chance here. Lee Williams, he's got the gap, surely. Yes, he has. There, now, it's a game.
Welsh tails up, and just before half-time, they would take the lead. Captain Adam Thomas spotting an opportunity and diving over from close range. New Zealand trailing.
Here's Tomasi Thama. Well, he's brilliant. Oh, and a break from Kaka again. He sees the gap, he's got the acceleration. So, all credit to Wales here with this performance, whether win or lose. A chance on the break for Aki. Aki slips the tackle onto Raikambula, and that's Klopp and Klar.
In the other trophies, France finished on a high. Julien Candelon helping them beat Russia to the Shield. Australia claimed the bowl against Kenya. Lewis Holland again among the scorers. The USA capped off a fine weekend in style. Zach Test the main man as they beat Argentina to the plate. A week out from London, England beat Wales to finish third. Sam Edgerly's try sealing the win late in the game. So, to the Cup final, first against second in the World Series. New Zealand looking to retain the Glasgow silverware against a South African team who had already beaten them twice in finals this season. And they started in confident mood.
Here's Sanatla. Oh, look at that, he's done it again. The man has been brilliant today. This 20-year-old with his 6th try, and what a start. The restart by Phil Snyman. Tomasi Thama. The switch by Kurt Baker. And this is Sean Stowers. Oh, absolutely brilliant. Raikambula. Lottie Raikambula can post in to bring it straight back. And that's so familiar when you see a try against them. Within a minute or two, they're back. Gillies Kaka, danger man he is. Of course, they haven't got Pat Lam, they haven't got Scott Curry, so they've only got the 10 anyway. This is Thama, he won't go the whole way, he'll look for something else unless he does one of those wiles. We've seen so many. Oh, what a clever chip through. That's absolutely brilliant. You talk about Sevens vision and nous of Sevens. Well, that little chip through to Kurt Baker from Tomasi Thama is brilliant.
New Zealand leading at the break, but shortly after the restart, they were down to 6 men.
This is Sanatla, and it's a try for Stephen Hunt.
South Africa levelling the scores, and they would soon take the lead. Philip Snyman pouncing on a loose ball and barging his way over as the box grew in confidence.
Now into Snyman. Taking 3 defenders at the time. They must score, surely. Hendricks, does he get there? Yes, I think so. He's got it.
He's got one opportunity to ground it. He's got one opportunity to ground it.
That's a crucial try.
A consolation score for Trinity Spoonanira late in the game, but the Glasgow silverware was South Africa's to take home. Delight for the Blitzbokke.
Yeah, it's a bit late in the series. We're just trying to stay at second place in the log, and yeah, just try and build towards the World Cup. I mean, hats off to New Zealand. They're a quality team. They can really strike back at any moment. Yeah, it could have gone any way. I mean, there was at times that I think the score was drawn at 14-all, and it could go any way. So we just capitalised on their mistakes, and yeah, it worked for us.
Frank Maggie Horn lifting the Glasgow Cup, a third of the season for South Africa. They consolidate second place in the HSBC Sevens World Series. New Zealand already confirmed this season's champions. Join us next time in London, where Scotland have it all to do.